The Bravo universe has seen its fair share of scandals, but this one hit differently. Fans were left stunned when news broke that the Real Housewives of Potomac couple, Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie, were arrested, facing a staggering 16 fraud charges, 7 of which are felonies. The story spread like wildfire across social media, leaving viewers in disbelief. Wendy, the professor-turned-reality star, had built her brand around intellect, integrity, and empowerment. So when her name suddenly appeared in police reports, fans struggled to believe it. And just when the internet began demanding answers, one voice everyone was waiting to hear from finally spoke: Andy Cohen. The man behind the Bravo empire broke his silence, addressing the controversy head-on. But instead of the sharp, polished Bravo executive fans expected, Andy's tone was surprisingly emotional. Almost heartbroken, he admitted he learned about the arrest, the same way everyone else did, through the news, and confessed that the situation left him really sad, coming from the man who's seen it all in the world of housewives scandals. His reaction said a lot, but Andy's words were just the beginning. What happened next would send shockwaves through Bravo's tight-knit world and challenge everything fans thought they knew about Wendy Osefo. It all began quietly, without warning. On October 9th, reports surfaced that Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo had been arrested in Maryland. What shocked everyone wasn't just the arrest itself, but the seriousness of the charges. According to police, the couple faced 16 counts in total, with 7 felony charges tied to alleged false and misleading information fraud. For many fans, it didn't add up. Wendy wasn't your typical reality TV personality. She was a professor, political commentator, and businesswoman. Eddie, an attorney and CEO of a cannabis brand, had built a successful image of his own. But behind their polished public life, investigators claimed there was a much darker story playing out. Authorities said it all started months earlier, in April 2024, when the Osefos reported a burglary at their home. They claimed thieves had stolen over $200,000 worth of jewelry, designer goods, and luxury clothing while they were away on vacation. It sounded like a nightmare, until detectives took a closer look. During the investigation, police reportedly discovered something strange. Over $20,000 worth of the stolen items had actually been returned to stores by the Osefos themselves. Even more shocking, photos later surfaced showing Wendy wearing some of the same jewelry she had claimed was missing. From there, things escalated quickly. Prosecutors alleged the couple had filed a $450,000 insurance claim, listing personal property losses that didn't add up. Within days, both Wendy and Eddie were booked and processed, facing a legal storm that could destroy everything they'd built. But as shocking as the charges were, the reaction from Bravo fans was even louder. Social media erupted overnight, some calling the situation karma, others defending Wendy fiercely, saying something didn't feel right. And as the noise grew louder, the pressure on Bravo, and Andy Cohen himself, was impossible to ignore. As the details unfolded, what started as a burglary claim quickly spiraled into something much bigger. Detectives digging through receipts, surveillance footage, and insurance paperwork began to notice a pattern, and it wasn't in the Osefos' favor. According to reports, over $20,000 worth of the so-called stolen luxury items had quietly been returned to the very stores they were purchased from. That discovery alone raised serious red flags, but then came the turning point. Investigators allegedly found photos and videos of Wendy herself wearing the same jewelry pieces that had been listed as stolen after the reported burglary took place. For law enforcement, that was a game changer. What looked like a straightforward break-in was now being treated as a potential insurance fraud case, with a paper trail stretching over months. Court filings obtained by media outlets claimed the Osefos reported nearly $500,000 in losses to their insurance company, and the number prosecutors say was wildly inflated. The official bail recommendation even listed multiple counts of filing false claims and providing misleading documentation. By October 10th, the couple had posted bond and were released, but the damage was done. Their reputations, once spotless, were now under public scrutiny. Every social media post, every appearance on the Real Housewives of Potomac, was being dissected by fans hunting for clues about their real life behind the cameras. Some viewers said they couldn't believe it, pointing out that Wendy had always projected discipline, education, and empowerment. Others insisted that fame and money had changed her, claiming this was a classic housewives downfall. Either way, one thing was certain: this was no ordinary Bravo scandal. The Osefo case had the potential to reshape how the network handled its stars when real-world drama went beyond on-screen arguments. But while the investigation deepened, fans wanted to hear from one man, the face of Bravo himself. And when Andy Cohen finally spoke, his words caught everyone off guard. When Andy Cohen finally addressed the situation, fans braced themselves. After days of silence, he spoke publicly on the October 13th episode of SiriusXM's Andy Cohen Live, and his tone said it all. This wasn't just another Bravo scandal to him. It was personal. Andy began by admitting he found out about the Osefos' arrest the same way everyone else did, through the news. "Like all of you, I woke up and saw the headlines," he said, his voice heavy with disbelief. "There's not much I can say. I know nothing more than what you know." But what really caught listeners' attention wasn't what Andy didn't say. It was how he said it. Instead of distancing himself from the controversy, he sounded genuinely heartbroken. "I'm sad about this," he confessed. "I'm really sad about this. Wendy has been such a great housewife and an incredible role model. She's always led with education and family values." Those words hit hard for fans who had watched Wendy build her identity on intelligence and authenticity. Coming from Andy, the man who's seen every kind of chaos reality TV could throw, that kind of empathy was rare. He wasn't condemning her. He was hoping this was all some big misunderstanding. He even went out of his way to explain why the scandal hadn't been discussed on Watch What Happens Live earlier in the week. Fans had accused Bravo of trying to bury the story when guest Ashley Darby appeared without mentioning Wendy's arrest. Andy clarified it bluntly. "That episode was pre-taped before I left for LA, so I had no idea about the charges at the time." That explanation cooled some of the criticism, but it also revealed something deeper. Andy wasn't just reacting as a TV host protecting his network. He was reacting as someone who cared about Wendy as a person. And in a world where Bravo stars come and go, that loyalty meant something. Still, as fans debated his comments online, others wondered what this all meant for Wendy's future and for Bravo's reputation. Because as sympathetic as Andy sounded, the network's next move would speak louder than any words. Before Andy's statement, fans were already buzzing with questions, and not the good kind. Viewers had tuned in to Watch What Happens Live on October 12th, eager to see if Andy would mention the shocking arrest during his interview with RHOP star Ashley Darby. But as the episode aired, not a single word was said. No questions. No comments. Nothing. That silence set social media on fire. Hashtags like "Yeah, where is Andy?" and "Yeah, protecting Wendy" started trending across X, formerly Twitter. Fans accused Bravo of trying to keep things quiet to protect Wendy's image and the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Others called it strange that the network's most outspoken host had suddenly gone silent about one of the biggest scandals in Housewives history.